Right guys, I want to say first and foremost that even though I'm happy with getting a point and salvaging a draw, I just want to say that Arsenal are fucking shit. We are shit, okay? I am fuming. I'm absolutely fuming, okay? Like, we just need to face facts. We are awful. Like, we are so shit. It is unbelievable, right? We were so lucky to get ourselves a point. You don't understand, because we played so bad from start to finish. We were absolutely shit, and we need to face facts that Arsenal are shit. You know, we're a shit football club at the minute, alright? And it's just results and games like that just make me so infuriated, because we can do better. We know we can do better. And where were we today? You know, oh look, it's snowing outside. Does that matter? No, you still should put it 110%, and we don't. We are fucking awful. We're an awful team. Welcome back to Analysing Arsenal, and as you can tell, I'm not in the best of moods. These are my thoughts and feelings to the game in the Premier League between Southampton and Arsenal. And first I just want to say, you know, congratulations to Southampton. They should have won this game comfortably and easily, okay? You know, a draw is unfair on their part, because they played absolutely superbly from top to bottom, from start to finish. You know, they played very, very well, and they deserved to get all 3 points. You know, they were absolutely brilliant, you know, and not taking anything away from them whatsoever. As for Arsenal, though, it is the same problems resurfacing over and over again. We're shit, okay? Face facts, we are shit. Yes, we've just beaten Batty Borisov 6-0. Oh yeah, we could beat a pie, brilliant. You know, we beat Huddersfield 5-0, great. You know, we actually played rather well in that game. You know, and against Manchester United we are unfortunate. But this result is just, what were they doing? Like, where were they? What was there players on the pitch for Arsenal? Like, come on, you're footballers, you know, you're a team. You're on a good run, you've got to get wins to stay in this Premier League. You know, you want to get into the Champions League next season playing like that. You're going to get absolutely rolled over. You deserve to be in the... You don't even deserve to be in the Europa League playing like that. That is how bad Arsenal played this afternoon. It was absolutely horrendous. Horrendous from start to finish. I'm not, you know, lying or exaggerating. We were shit. We were absolutely awful. Absolutely woeful. Going into this game, we were on a decent run. Obviously, losing to Manchester United last weekend, we were unfortunate and unlucky. We should have easily won the game. But again, our defensive frailties, we can't fucking defend out of a paper bag, you know, meant that we, you know, cost us the game. We lost the game because of that, even though we created chance after chance after chance. We then beat Batty Borisov 6-0. Oh, hey, you know, great. You know, the Europa League group is, you know, is already done and dusted. And it wasn't even our first team that beat Batty Borisov 6-0, okay? This is our strongest team, may I say. Only one change from the side that played Manchester United. Obviously, Mustafi's out injured, so you know, the big friendly giant Per Mertesacker comes into the side. And they were saying earlier that, you know, players like Rob Holding and Callum Chambers are going to be sitting there and thinking, you know, why are we not, you know, starting this game today? And actually, Mertesacker has proven and shown that in, you know, game, he actually is a very, very good defender. You remember in the FA Cup final against Chelsea, he was absolutely breathtaking. It was the best I've ever seen Per Mertesacker play. Today, what was he doing? What is he doing? He can't run, he can't defend, he can't tackle, he can't make a challenge, he can't track his runners, he can't keep up with Southampton's attack, he doesn't understand that, you know, to defend into the channels and get into the open spaces. What was he doing? Koscielny, what's happened to Koscielny? Like, what is Koscielny? Like, what has happened to him? He was one of the best defenders in the Premier League, and now look at him. What is he? He's making mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. You know, he's lost his defensive capabilities, and his defensive capabilities to start with weren't the greatest. And now what is he doing? There's nothing there. You know, he makes mistake after mistake after mistake, like constantly. He makes so many errors. He puts Arsenal on the back foot so many times. Without Petr Cech today, we would have lost that game by, you know, 4 or 5 days. We should have been 3-0 down in the first 10 minutes. You know. And, you know, we struggle defensively. But going forward, we're even worse. You know, we've got Ozil, Sanchez, Lacazette, a devastating front three that should cause any Premier League defenders problems whatsoever. And I've said it in the past, right? I've said that front three can cause any Premier League defence. You know, they can put them under the cosh. You know, and we've seen it in spells against Everton, against Huddersfield. You know, even at times against the likes of Manchester City and Manchester United, you know, even though that we didn't get that goal, you know, you've seen how effective that front three can be. But it's the same thing every single time. Backwards, sideways, carving it left, right, centre, you know, not actually doing what you meant to, and that is shoot. They don't do that. They keep passing, they try and, you know, keep playing the ball. You know, Arsenal, yes, you know, I love Arsenal because they play beautiful football, immaculate football, magical football, but they don't do that. They try and overdo it. They try and overwork it. They try and walk it in. You're not going to score goals away from home in the Premier League by trying to walk it in. And it's all this passwards, sideways, backwards, you know. They're doing everything apart from going towards the fucking goal. Like, seriously. It's so frustrating. You know, I'm shouting, I'm screaming, I'm pleading with the telly. I'm saying, you know, go on, drive at them, penetrate them, do something. And they're not doing it. They pass it sideways, pass it back. And I just got to the point that I stopped saying anything because it wasn't happening. And, you know, we dominated the game in the second half. We had all of this possession. We had 11 shots. They only had 6. But, yeah, how many saves did Fraser Forster make? I think he made 1 in that second half. The only other time we were under the cosh was when we actually got our equaliser in the 88th minute. I mean, we started the game horrendously, right? Charlie Austin gets his first goal inside 2 minutes. Goes down the left-hand side. It is, I think it was Bertrand that went down the right-hand side, and then it clipped it back into the path of Charlie Austin, and he just side-footed it in. He beat Monreal, Koscielny, and defensively we were all over the place. We were absolutely shocking and woeful defensively, and they had another chance, but they were offside. They also had a chance which Petr Cech saved, again from Charlie Austin. Charlie Austin's in good form. You know, Arsenal knew Charlie Austin was in good form. They know how, you know, kind of deadly he is going forward, you know, and did they mark him? Did they, you know, do their homework to try and, you know, work out how to stop him? No, of course they didn't, because they, you know, Southampton should have been 3-0 up inside 10 minutes. And even once we started getting into the game, we were still not driving and penetrating Southampton's defence. Like, you know, it was all of this sideways, backwards passing, shots were going up and over. They weren't really causing Fraser Forster any sort of problem. And it was just the most frustrating thing you could imagine, like, because, you know, Arsenal are a good side. Like, they are a very, very good team, and we're just not good enough. We're really, really not good enough. There was a penalty appeal that was just before half-time. A ball came in from Ozil into Lacazette, and, I mean, he got clipped off the ball, right? But the ball was already out of play, and, you know, anywhere in the field that is, you know, on the field, that is a foul. But in my mind, I don't think it was a penalty, just because I think there was no, you know, intention or intent to try and get that ball, and I just don't think it was necessarily, you know, a bad challenge. I don't think it was a penalty, and, you know, nobody of, you know, none of the Arsenal, you know, defenders or attackers, you know, appealed for that to be a penalty. So I don't really think it was a penalty whatsoever, even though some people were saying that it was. But yeah, like, you know, in the second half we dominated them from start to finish. You know, we absolutely, you know, had loads of possession. We were constantly creating chances left, right, and, well, we weren't creating clear-cut chances, but we had all of this possession, but we weren't doing anything with it. We weren't driving at them, and we just weren't being creative enough, and that caused a lot of problems for us. And Southampton, on the break, every time that they went forward, they looked deadly. Like, they generally look, I'm just looking at the stats of the game, right? They look absolutely, you know, deadly every single time that Southampton went forward. You know, they just looked like they were going to score all the time, like every single time whatsoever. And every time they went forward, I was thinking, oh no, we're in trouble. I mean, they had Forster, Van Dijk, Stevens, Yoshida. That back three played absolutely brilliant. Bertrand was immaculate. Holzberg got the man of the match. Romeu, Ward-Prowse, Tadic, Redmond, Austin, Gabbiadini came on for the Saints late on. But they just looked so clinical and so sharp going forward, and in the second half they very nearly made it 2-0. They just missed the chance to go for the dig. It just went out, and they had a couple of really good chances they didn't take, and we made substitutions in the second half. You know, Olivier Giroud came on, Jack Wilshere came on, Danny Welbeck came on, and credit to Arsene Wenger, he made the the substitutions early on, and in the 88th minute, Sanchez is down the left-hand side, he curls it in, and Giroud wins the header and gets it past to Fraser Forster to make it 1-1 in the 88th minute. And I was celebrating, I was happy, I was chanting, you know, thank God that we've actually, you know, got a goal, we're right back in this game, potentially maybe, you know, had a chance to win it later on, but it's not good, it's not good enough whatsoever, because we shouldn't be in that predicament in the first place. Like, we were so bad, we were so shit. If we'd lost this game 3-0, we would have deserved it. We deserved to lose the game 100%. And, you know, yes, you could argue, oh, well, we showed a little bit of character, we showed a little bit of fight getting back into the game and scoring later on, but we should be there in the first fucking place. And, like, today we were awful. Like, you know, in games that we nicked later on, like in the Manchester United game, I was angry, but it was more frustration because I saw how well the boys had played, how many chances they tried to create. And on that day, it just wasn't our day. Defensively, I was frustrated with our defensive mistakes. But today, I'm not frustrated because deep down, I know we deserve to lose the game like by 3 goals, 4 goals. And it's not acceptable whatsoever now. It just isn't whatsoever. Southampton deserve to win this game. And, you know, Southampton are a bogey side to us. You know, we've only won once in the last kind of 6 games there. But, you know, take no excuses, you know, let's not beat around the bush. We are shit, and I'm getting so angry because I love this club. I would die for this football club. You don't know how much I fucking love this football club, right? I absolutely devour this football club, and seeing the same traits season after season after season after season after season just aggravates me, upsets me. It's like, I mean, we've now lost, well, if we'd lost that game today, that would have been our 6th defeat of the season. We've already lost 5 games, and away from home, we've only won, I believe, so we've won, beat Everton away from home, and who else did we beat? I think we've only won 2 away games out of 8, really, so we beat Burnley by 1-0, so we've beaten Burnley and we've beaten Everton by 5-2, but we've only scored 8 goals away from home this season. 5 of them came in 1 game, right? But we've lost to Liverpool, we've lost to Stoke, we've lost to Watford, we lost to Manchester City. Manchester City, you know, are a fantastic side, you can't have, but losing to Watford, losing to Stoke, you know, Liverpool was just an absolute, you know, embarrassment, and we almost, you know, lost, you know, away to Southampton. And, you know, the only decent away performance I've seen, apart from the Everton game, was the Chelsea game, which we drew 0-0. But to only score 8 goals and win 2 away games from 8 is atrocious. And to lose already 5 games this season, we're in a worse position now this season than we were last season. You think of all the banners and all of the controversy surrounding Arsene Wenger, you know, Wenger out, and all of the negativity that swarmed around Arsenal Football Club. You know, last season, at this stage last season, we were at the top of the table nearly. I think we're only a point behind Chelsea, or a few points behind them. But this season, you know, we've moved up to 5th. We're level on points with Spurs. It was just because of goal difference. You know, we're ahead of them. But we've lost 5 games, and we're only in December. I mean, we're out of the title race. We weren't going to win the Premier League anyway this season. You know, I never thought for a minute we were going to win it. But now, I don't even think we're going to make the top 4 because, you know, we're in a worse position now than we were last season. And last season we finished 5th. And this season, unless we win the Europa League, I can't see us back in the Champions League because defensively we're absolutely shocking. We're naive. We have no coherence, no competence. You know, Premier League opposition attacks just get for us, you know, easily, effortlessly, execute us and put our heads to the slaughter. And going forward, we're too passive. You know, we're, you know, Held have played such beautiful and immaculate football. But do we? Or we just pass it backwards and sideways every single time? Like, it's so frustrating to watch Arsenal because I love them so much and I want them to do well. And every time they take the field, I want us to win every single game. And, you know, if we lose, but we put in 110%, like we did against Manchester United, I hold my hands up and say, you know, it just wasn't our day, it wasn't meant to be. But today we didn't. We deserved to lose the game at least by 3 goals or more. And that is, I mean, this is Southampton, no disrespect to them, but we're Arsenal, they're Southampton. And they've just almost rolled us over like we weren't even there. Like, I don't know. I don't know really, because it's so frustrating. You know, Arsenal give you false hope. They think they're making progress. You think they're going on a good run. You think that they finally turn the corner, and then you get a performance like that, and you're right back to square one. Every time. Maybe I just now need to accept, do I now need to accept that Arsenal are no longer a big club? We're an Europa League team maybe at best. Struggling to get into the Champions League. We're nowhere near title contenders, and that's not going to change because my thoughts. The manager needs to go. The board need to go, and I've always, even though I've got behind the team and praised them when they've done well, I praise them when they do well, and I moan at them when I do bad. My overall feeling, which I've said, is that I believe that until the board and manager go, that will be when we start becoming a much more competitive team fighting for the title. But even now, we're not even fighting for the top 4. Yes, we're only 3 points off the top 4 because of Chelsea's defeat yesterday, but we could be 17 points behind Manchester City by the end of today. Manchester United are going to be. I actually want to look at the Premier League table, right, to just emphasise on how bad this predicament and this result has actually put us in. So if Manchester United win today, they go up to 38 points, which means that we will be 9 points behind them. If Manchester City win, they will go up to 46 points, because I'm recording this just before the Manchester derby, even though this will probably be out by the time the Manchester derby kicks off. But if Manchester City win this, then we will be 17 points behind Manchester City. So, we're not even in the title race before, but there's no way we're ever going to get past Manchester City. We're 3 points behind Chelsea. We're 11 points with Liverpool before they kick off in the Merseyside derby, and I'm pretty sure they're going to win that. So, they're going to go 3 points clear of us. And yes, we're still there and thereabouts in the top 4, but I don't think we're going to get into that top 4. I think Liverpool are better than us. I think Chelsea will be better than us. I think even Tottenham are probably going to be better than us when they get back on their winning run. Defensively, we're just... we've conceded 20 goals in 16 games. 20. That's 4 more... we've only played 16 games, so we've conceded 4 more goals than the amount of games we've already played. We've only scored 20 goals. That's fairly decent, but Manchester City have scored 46, Man United have scored 35, and we scored 20. 20 goals in 16 games. I don't know where we leave this off. Next for us we've got West Ham, who had a fantastic win yesterday against Chelsea. If they play like that against us, we will lose to West Ham 100%. And then, after that we've got Newcastle. Newcastle are a tough side. They're going to give us a top game. We've got Liverpool coming up. If we can't get back to winning ways and start actually defending like, men, not boys, then we're going to be in trouble. We're going to be in big trouble. We need to really get back to winning ways. And as we get a couple of wins, it'll all be lovely. We lose a game like this and we'll be back to square one. And it's just the same thing every single time. It's a broken record. It's boring. It's boring to watch. But it's games like that frustrate the life out of me and upset me so much because we played so bad. You don't understand. Unless you saw the game, you don't understand how badly we played. 1-1 is flattering on our part. Mertesacker, I'm faster than Mertesacker, and I can't run, but I'd say I'm faster than Per Mertesacker. He was a joke today. Koscielny, I don't know what's happened to him. Bellerin didn't do much. Kolasinac was fairly decent, but we've got the predicament with Ozil and Sanchez's contract situation. What did Sanchez do? Ozil's been playing great so far, but he didn't do anything today. They play like that. Get rid of them. Honestly, get rid of them. Lacazette didn't do much. Again, we paid 50 million for a striker. These are the type of games, the really tough away games that your top strikers come out and get yourself goals where you need them. The only player that actually showed that was Olivier Giroud when he come on. And he could be out the door in January on loan because of the World Cup coming up. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess, Arsenal. And it has been, getting wins just papers over the cracks. But deep down, the reality is, and I'm going to get straight to the bone, that we are shit. We are shit at the end of the day. Really. And I'm so annoyed. I'm so upset at that result. And the only positive I can take out of it is that we got a point, we salvaged a point, but apart from that, there is nothing positive about this. And I haven't ranted and raved like this, I don't think, ever in the Analysing Arsenal, even when we lost to Liverpool, and when we lost to Watford, but I think this is probably the most I've ever ranted because it was an absolutely woeful game. This was a chance, with Chelsea losing yesterday, Spurs getting back to winning ways, we had to win this game. And if we'd won this game, the momentum would keep going, everything would be all good in the hood, but we didn't. We just rolled over once again, same old Arsenal, and it's just horrible. It's just horrible, absolutely horrible. I'm going to leave Analysing Arsenal here for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, and I will speak to you guys later. I'll enjoy you on Wednesday as we face West Ham at the London Stadium. Hooray! We're going to play another tough away game, potentially, so I don't know, we're so fucking shit. It's unbelievable. Goodbye.